Hi guys, Nikhil here. Welcome to Salesforce Troop. This is the fourth session of our LWC Testing with Jest series. And today we're gonna test the looping. And in LWC, we have two types of loop, for each and an iterator. So we're gonna test both types of loop. Let's go and see first in the playground what we're gonna test. So we have two cards. First card is for each loop. The second card is with iterator loop. In iterator loop, we are adding something using the first element and the last element. That's the specialty of the iterator loop. So we're gonna test these things as well. And we are using the same data for our both the loops so that the complexity is less to understand. And this is we're gonna test. Let's go to our VS Code and create the component. So here we're gonna create a component. Now you all know how to create a component. Go to command palette and just select create lighting web component. My component is my looping component. It will create a new component for us. So our component is ready. Let's go to our playground. I'll just copy paste the HTML. I'll come to my component HTML. I'll replace it here. I'll go to my playground again. I'll take the JS as well. I'm just taking the property that has a value array of object. I'll come to my JS file because I don't want to increase the length of the video by writing the code and then again test cases. That's why I usually show you what we're gonna test, and this is the code. So now we know how to start writing our test cases. First we'll create our test folder __ tests __ and under this folder we're gonna create a test file with the same name, my looping component, with the extension test.js. And we already seen in our previous 3 videos how to start writing your component. We'll do the same thing. First we'll import the create element method from the LWC module. Then we'll import our component from the component. So our component name, you can make sure, is the class name, that is my looping component, and the path is c/my looping component. Then we start with our describe block. Describe block that will take the test suite, and then within this function we're gonna create our all test cases. And I'll say here my say c-my looping component suite. It's always easy to remember which suite is if you given the component name. You can give my component directly as well, but this is how I'm using right now, so I'll go with the same pattern. Then we need to create a beforeEach. So this block will run before every test case runs, and here we're gonna create our element, and we know how to create an element. To create an element, we're gonna call the create element method. What kind of element you wanna create? We're gonna create c-my looping component, and we know what kind, how it will create. It will generate a tag like this. It will create a tag like this in your DOM, and it has a second property that says what you want to load in between these tags. And to do that, we call our component. We will say just load the HTML of this component under this tag. So now our HTML element is ready, and we want to add our element to the JS DOM, and DOM has a body tag, and within that body tag we are saying just append the child, and the child is the element. So we are adding the element that we have created under the body tag before every test case runs. Okay, so now we'll go to our component and see what we can test. In the loop we can test, we know that 3 list is coming, so we can test the length whether this is 3 times it's rendering or not. And so to test that, we'll go and create our first test case, that is, we'll say test, we'll say check user list length, that is my test name. And what it's gonna test, first it will call the element, that is this element from the DOM using a query selector. Now element is available, and within the element, if element is available, it means our HTML is available to us. And from the HTML, what we want to check, we want to see the UL tag should have 3 childs, that is li tag. So if there are 3 times li tag is coming on the screen, how 3 times? Because we have 3 data, so loop will run 3 times. We'll make sure 3 li tags should be there on the screen. And to test that, what we're going to do here is we'll say element dot shadow root dot query selector all, this time because query selector only gives you one element, query selector will give you the all elements. And we'll say I need all element of li, but if I use li, it gives me this as well. So we have to differentiate between the li tag of card1 and card2. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a mix and match selector. So I'll say give me all li tag that is under the class for each list. And to do that, we'll say class name is this, and within that immediate childs, this arrow shows immediate child, that is li, and give me those all elements. And I can store that in a variable user details, and I can check that because I'm expecting user detail dot length, because it returns as an array like structure. So you can use the length property dot to be 3. So this is the first test case we can check. And what we're gonna do here is we'll go to package.json, and to run that we'll type npm run. We'll see that test script, that is test colon unit colon watch. And to run only one file for testing, give -t and your file name. Our file name is my looping component dot test.js, and hit enter. I'll go to our test file. I'll zoom it a little bit. I'm really sorry, I guess the text was pretty small. So let's increase the size. So now it will run our test cases, and once if it finds okay the length is 3, it will pass, otherwise it fails. And it runs our test cases and it's passed. You can see here check user list length, and it's passed. Let's go and write another test case in which what we're going to test is we're going to test the data this time, not the length, because length can be same but data can be different, right? So what we're going to do is we'll write another test case, and in which I'll just copy paste the same syntax again. I'll say display user list in specific order, I can say, and it will again needs element. Will query selector the same thing, and this time we convert the array like structure into proper array using array.from, because if you want to operate a map or another operations, it's always good to convert array like structure into a proper array using array.from. And what we're gonna do here is you can write the shortcut trick, or I'll write it longer one for you guys. I'll say whatever the array has come, run a map loop, take the li tag, and from li tag just give me the all text content within that li tag, and it will returns me an array that is user, I'll say user list. What it gonna do is it will fetch all the li list, and it generate, like if you fetch all the li list and it will generate an array with values within the a tag like this. Okay, so it will return something like this with all the values inside the li tag in the form of array. That list we store in the user list variable. You can test user list dot length to be 3. That's always be true because we already tested it once before, but I'll keep it as it is and write another expect and say user list dot to be. I'll go to my JS file. We know Nikhil, John, and Mike is there, so we'll write a constant here. We'll say const expected. We are expecting an array of Nikhil, John, and Mike. So this should be same. If he fetch the list, it should be the list that we are getting using the map function should be same one that we are expecting, like this in the same order, Nikhil, John, and Mike. And this is what it's printing, Nikhil, John, and Mike. So let's go and see our test is already running in the watch mode. We'll go down and see if it runs or pass. Just give the space so that it runs with the fresh changes. And it failed. Let's go in what's happening here. It's saying expected is this and object is equality. It should if it should pass with deep equality, replace 2b to strict equal. Okay, so here comes another method that we haven't discussed. I guess we can use, instead of 2b to equal, so we can say check the arrays in the stringify format. You can use, if you want the exact thing to be if you have a nested structure, you can use to strict equal as well. So let's see if it pass or not. So now our test case has been passed. It's comparing the exact object with the another object. So whatever it's coming, it's the one that we are expecting. That's correct. So the order is also correct. Now let's go and test another loop that is a bit different from for each loop, in which you can add something at the start of the loop and something at the end of the loop. So here we have added start of the list and the end of the list, and in between the loop data is there. So let's go and test this as well. For this, I'll create another test case. I'll say displays first and last text in the iterator loop. We'll give the function. And now first thing we need the element. That's, I'll just copy paste from here. Then after that, now we need to fetch. What we need to fetch, we need to fetch this value, and I'll show you how you can do that. Just right click on this, and in the element you can see how it's loading. Actually, we need to understand the behavior, how it's loading. So within the UL tag there are three li tag, 1 2 3. So the first li tag has a div, two divs. One div is with the start of list and the another is Nikhil. And the last li tag has a, zoom it little bit this as well for you guys. So the last li tag also has two divs, one with the mic and the last end of the list. So we want to fetch this particular element, and here we're gonna do a trick. So what we're gonna do, we know we want a li list that is under the iterator list class, so that there are three lists, but we want the first list. To do that, we can say go to iterator list class. Within that, go for the first li tag. Okay, and within first li tag, pick the first div. This is how we're gonna approach this. Go to iterator class. Within that, pick the first li list. Within the first li list, pick the first div. Similarly, for the last tag, what we're gonna do is go to iterator list class, go to the last li list and pick up the last div. Okay, so this is gonna be interesting, I guess, because in Salesforce you hardly use this complexity way of fetching the selectors, like using these complicated selectors. So let's say I'll say I'm expecting, no, I'll simplify it. I'll directly say element dot shadow root dot query selector. And in query selector, what we are querying is we have a class that is iterator list. Go to the iterator list class. Within that, find li. So it will give us all three li's. Within li, pick the first child. So first li gets picked up, and within that, you can say go within that first child and pick the div. It will give us two divs and pick the first child. So it gives us const first div, and now we're gonna test it. Expect first div dot text content dot to be start of list. Similarly, I'll copy paste this again. I'll say instead of first div, I'll make it last div, and we're gonna test last div text content should be end of list. And here it's gonna be, instead of first child, it's gonna be last child, and the div should be the last div. Okay, so now we are testing the iterator loop using we are making sure the first and the last element is start of the list and the end of the list, because other thing you can test in the same way. You can fetch the all li's and all. That's why I'm not testing the iterator loop again with this approach. You can just copy paste same for the iterator loop, it will work. But here I'm just differentiating it with the help of the first content and the last content. Let's see if it passed or failed. It's failing. Let's rerun it by entering it again. So just make sure it pick up the last changes that we have done, because it's in a watch mode. And now it passed, and you can see the code is same, and it picked the latest changes. And now you can see all the three test cases that we have written, and the test suite is coming clearly, and all three are passed. This is how you test your loops. In loops, you can test the content, you can check the content order, you can check the length. There are many ways to assert that, whichever fits your need. And that's it for today's lecture or today's session. Thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, ask me in the comment box, and I'll share the code soon in my website. And stay tuned. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.